phishing attacks with bash bunnies, Base64, and hamsters. All that and more this time on Hak5.
Hello, welcome to Hak5. My name is Darren Kitchen.
My name is Shannon Snubs Morse.
It's your weekly dose of Technoless. I don't have a handle.
Yeah, you do.
Well, not the one that I say out loud. So don't even.
Okay.
It's zero cool. It's Ultra Laser. It's the Master of Doom.
Master of Doom?
Ultra Laser.
You're so weird.
Making hackers references.
Hey, can I tell them about the thing that I'm doing?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
As you point oddly off screen.
I'm doing a giveaway.
So video games.
I am. So if y'all aren't familiar, I do another channel. It's called Tech Thing. It's TEK Thing, youtube.com/Tech Thing, and I'm doing a giveaway on that channel. So all you have to do is subscribe so you hear when I announce the winner, and comment on our most recent episode of Tech Thing, which came out 5-6 days ago or whatever that might have been.
Hey, the
and
sister
then
show.
you could win an NES Classic, which I just so happened to get my hands on, and instead of scalping it, I decided to give it away.
That's awesome. You could play DK.
Yes, you
Donkey
could.
Kong. See, I have a handle. DK.
DK.
It's actually my Windows login name.
We have another announcement too.
Kirby's Adventure.
Aww.
But that's with an I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Kirby's better.
Our Kirby was Kerberos, the authentication protocol,
Of course.
obviously.
Now we
right?
have a big announcement too.
Oh, right. Yes. Dude, just a quick reminder, we are having a big Hak5 gear launch event on Friday the 20th, so just in a few days here in San Francisco. It's going to be at 7 p.m. And get this, you need to RSVP and bring your ticket to enter. The first 100 guests are going to get a special Hak5 gear gift. I mean, like, no spoilers or anything, Shannon, but we are dropping 3 new devices. So anyway, we hope to see you all there. Oh, Shannon, I'm going nuts. I can't wait.
I'm going nuts too.
Anyway, I hope to see you all there. And for everybody who can't make it, you tune into Snubs' live vloggity vlogs.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to do a live stream. So
It's
as
gonna be
long
fun.
as the LTE is good over there, I'm totally going to get on YouTube and do a live stream, so you'll be able to kind of feel like you're in the action.
Oh, man. I'm ready for some action because we've got an epic show
Me too.
this week.
So I feel like I should set this up by talking
Please.
a little bit about some of the most recent memes that we have. So we have Dramatic Chipmunk, you know, and we have Doge, and we have Grumpy the Cat and Pepe the Frog. And then there was Hamster Dance, way, way back in the day.
Before them all, they need
yes.
to. They should be paying tribute. They should be paying their.
Paying
what do they
tribute
do?
to Hamster
Yeah.
Dance. I agree. So I have a funny story about Hamster Dance. Actually, my dad worked in a hospital. He was a nurse, and he worked with a whole bunch of other nurses. And whenever he went on his lunch break, he would pull up Hamster Dance back in the 90s, and he would turn up the audio on his computer in his
Hang on,
office.
for all the kids that don't know, boom, I actually have the GIF on my system. That's
There you
one
go.
of the many hamsters that dance.
I can sing it for you, but I don't think we can play it longer than like 5 seconds without getting a takedown notice.
All right, copyright.
There you go.
Do-do-do-do.
Yeah. So he would turn up the audio super loud on his computer in his office, and then he would lock his door and go to his lunch break for an hour. So everybody else in that office space would have to listen to Hamster Dance for an hour before he got back. And when he got back, everybody would be super ticked off, but he was just like, "Oh, what's wrong? I love this song." He like ultimate troll.
Wow, your dad is OG troll.
Oh man, it was so funny. And then he would do it at home, and luckily he couldn't lock the office door, so I would just go in there and turn it off.
Oh,
Be
man.
like, this is enough. So, in honor of the hamster GIF or GIF, depending on who you are, I know the originator had a certain way of saying it. I don't remember which one he used, but it just won't die.
No, it won't.
really
I mean,
won't.
it's got to go on. You know,
So-
these mainstays of the internet.
I know Darren has been working on a Bash Bunny phishing payload, or would you call it a prank payload?
It is
Or
kind of.
what was that before you said before we started recording? It was how you wanted to troll Seb.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
You're gonna troll
like,
Seb.
That's the whole. That's the purpose of this episode. But it's great though because Seb, you know, the programmer from the Pineapple and the Bash Bunny and the Packet Squirrel and everything else, doesn't actually watch the show, so I think I'm safe.
Oh yeah,
So
you're good.
this is-
Nobody's going to tell Seb.
This is our secret. No, I was reading the comments last week on YouTube on the episode, and B. Diddy said, do most of these payloads require administrative privileges? And so here's the thing. No, the answer is no. We have mainly been focusing a little bit recently on kind of your Windows-specific HID attacks.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just so easy. It's low-hanging fruit to hack Windows, right? But there's plenty of other really cool cross-platform attacks that actually don't require any privileges at all. And today, I'm actually looking at one of them and trolling Zap just a little.
You're mean.
Yeah. Let's cut to Hamsters.
Okay.
Woohoo! So while we look at Hamsters, I'm going to tell you a story. When we launched the Bash Bunny, one of the original payloads was one that Seb wrote, and it was called Captive Portal, and it did just that.
Yeah. Captive portals. So those are the websites that pop up typically when you connect to an open Wi-Fi network at like a cafe or a hotel or your favorite retail business that just so happens to look like a bullseye, or even like an airline or at 30,000 feet. Yeah, I do too. I really hate that they
we love those though, because they're cross-platform inherently. They're the web, so it's Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, Android. They pop up automatically these days and without any user intervention, and it's just a website.
No, I think we
hate
love them. No, we hate them.
We love them.
We hate them because, as you pointed out, in Hack Across the Planet, at hotels in Australia and probably like everywhere else, they use them to upsell you expensive internet packages, which then they bill to your room, and then they verify you by asking for your last name and your room number over unencrypted HTTP connections.
Yeah, I was actually just in Portland.
That's bad.
And this exact thing happened again. Like every hotel Captive Portal I've seen has the same exact problem.
Unencrypted?
And I love that on a smartphone you can't actually see the URL of the Captive Portal that you're at least on Android.
That's true.
So, which is kind of crazy because it's just like phishing-tastic.
Yeah.
So it's really a great attack vector. And yeah, like I was even talking to like the person at the hotel, and they were being discreet, not saying like the room number I'm staying in out loud.
As they shouldn't.
Yeah, and I was like,
that's proper protocol when you've majored in restaurant and hospitality administration.
I thought you majored in podcasting.
I did.
Stay in school, kids. Major in something, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going to be having a lot of fun. So yeah, on the white hat side of things, we do hate them for their many problems.
Exactly.
But on the black hat sort of side of the coin, we love it because, getting the job done.
What color is your hat?
I can't find it. Have you seen my cowboy hat? I can't find it anywhere.
I can't find any of
your
stuff.
Putting an APB on it. But if it were here, it'd be a little dusty because we're trolling.
All right, so what does Seb's payload do?
Okay, so got to go into arming mode and plug this guy in so I can actually show you.
That's such a strange little laptop that you're using.
Quick! Cut a GIF of a hamster! If we pull up my Bash Bunny and head over to the payloads and over in the library, you'll find it under Phishing, and it's just called Captive Portal. And I think I've already gone ahead and copied this payload over to my Switch 1. Yes, I have.
Perfect.
Okay. And so if we just take a look at the payload.txt, you'll see here, this is Captive Portal by Seb 1.2. And what you do is you give it some inputs. In this case, its username and password are the defaults. And then you set the Ethernet mode. So the attack mode on this payload is actually only Ethernet. It's not keyboard storage, read-only storage, serial, any of those things, which is nice. And then basically you decide if you're on a Windows, leave it as RNDIS Ethernet, and if you're on Mac or Linux, set it as ECM Ethernet. I'm going to leave it as the defaults. The rest of it, you don't really edit anything below that line, but you can see what it does is there's two functions. One of them is to set up the networking. It sets up forwarding, and then it goes ahead and basically intercepts all of the DNS and everything else, sends it to itself so that it can start the Captive Portal. The function to start the Captive Portal here sets executable this file, and then runs the file with those inputs. And that file, if I go back over here, is, it's written in Go, and it basically is a little tiny web server that saves whatever those variables are out to a loop file.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then out of the box, it just pops up a Captive Portal that just asks for your username and password. It's not super pretty, but hey, it gets the job done.
Right.
Get creative.
So that's the simple and easy tactic, but you could plug this into a machine and it would pop up asking for your credentials. And then if you make it look legit enough, which you totally could. You can make this look like a phishing campaign page that's a knockoff of the real thing. Chances are they're going to type in their password, right?
I mean, that's the whole concept, right? And
Right.
you can edit the portal.html as you see fit. In fact, here's the thing though, right? Seb left out an important feature in the code, I feel, right? If we actually inspect the readme.md here on line 14, it says, the portal.html file can be modified as seen fit, but changes must remain in the file. No external images, CSS, or JavaScript.
What does that mean?
Well, what that means is, typically you're used to, doing some HTML. I know that you're familiar with this because you've done like GeoCities back in the past, and you would do like if you wanted to embed an image, you would do image img src equals quote whatever the file is quote right
Wait.
the tag.
So how are you supposed to put the hamster GIF that I'm hoping that we're going to use into this captive portal if this is happening? Oh wait, I get it. This is why you sent me that URI link, right?
This is exactly why I sent you that.
I knew it.
Starting the things.
It's a good thing I read it.
Data schemas or schemas or
whatever they
you
might be called.
pronounce it. Yeah, it's a way to data URI schemas is a way to embed images, whatever other external resources inside of a page. As if it were just like an externally linked file.
That's so
it's
weird.
supported on all modern browsers, and in fact, if I just take a look at this portal.html, I'll give you an example. If I just edit that guy, let's see, I don't know, right at the top here, above the heading, I'll do like image src equals file.gif, right? And that would be typically
that's
my thingy,
typically
right?
what you use.
Except in
I know that. I used to GeoCities the crap out of those.
Right. So instead of that, what you say is your src would be data : image / and then you could do GIF or PNG or JIP, whatever, right? So I'm going to do GIF, semicolon, and then you just give it the base64 contents of your GIF file, and now you've got a GIF embedded in your website.
So it's
your page.
It's in base64, not binary, I take it. Okay, so how do you get the base64 out of that GIF or GIF?
Right, okay, so basically there's a pretty cool PowerShell one-liner that I want to show you that I've been using and I think is pretty cool. If you're on Linux, there's a million ways to do this as well. But this is pretty cool. Get this, Base64 Convert, there's a convert function built into PowerShell. So if I just do convert to base64 string, and I tell that to get the content of this file here, which is my hamster GIF, right? Then what I can do is pass that thing called encoding type. Encoding is, well, right now it's byte.
Okay.
And go ahead and close that. And boom, you can see there's the file, except in base64.
Wow, so that's very similar to catting a file right there.
It's literally just like catting a file. If I do cat, hamster, but you'll notice the difference is now I get all this, and that's not the base64. That is going to be able to go into the ASCII file that is my portal.html.
Oh,
so there you go.
Okay, got it.
Right. So with this, I'll be able to update the page.
Okay, so isn't this the same type of technique that you use to get executables onto a box by typing them like really quickly into a Bash Bunny or a USB rubber ducky into the command line, just in reverse?
This is just the reverse of that.
Got it.
I love this technique. Base64 is nice because you can, read it. It can go in your ASCII file, and it can be turned into binary. And similarly, we can just do the reverse of that. So
cool.
You see where this is going. The last part that I'm going to do here, actually, is I now need to get this into our portal.html file. Right. So I'll run that again, but I'm going to go ahead and pipe the output of it to clip, which in PowerShell, haha, you're like, wait, where did that go? It's actually now in my clipboard. So right here, I just hit paste, and boom, I now have a lot. But it's actually not too bad. I mean, this is only a 15K.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, this is only a 15K file. So I just save this, and I'll just be ready to eject my Bash Bunny as per usual.
Can we do a demo?
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
Okay, so I got that on switch position 1.
Okay.
And now I'll just go ahead and plug it into my computer, and you'll see what happens here. So I'll just minimize everything to the desktop. So you can see I got nothing open. Just plugged it in, watching the LEDs. And there we go.
It worked! Yay!
And there we go.
That's so cute.
One part that I forgot to mention is you need after the semicolon it to say Base64, comma, and then your Base64. But
yes.
You guys get the idea. Through the magic of editing, we now understand that our captive portal has become super cute.
That's awesome. So that was all done with URI then?
Yes, and here's the coolest
How
part
neat.
about that, about the ability to embed stuff with the data URI feature is that it isn't just in the web page.
Yeah.
You can actually just put this in the URL bar.
Right,
Now it has to be less than
That's scary.
whatever the URL bar can fit, which is quite a few characters, really. And it's not even just images, though. So it's anything that can be converted into Base64
Any
as one
files.
example. Well, it could even be text.
Ooh.
You could even do like plain text, right? So you could actually do the HTML of a page that's got its own images embedded in it and everything this entire way. Base64, the whole thing,
Yeah.
and then put that in as just in the browser. You just
That's freaky. So
Data
people could
colon.
potentially do phishing attacks with the address bar at the top.
yeah. I mean, look at this. I've got in my address bar data : text / instead of Base64, I've done plain, and it's like hello world. Right? And
Oh my
whatever you want.
gosh, that's so
now,
cool.
if you wanted, you could just make an entire web page with this.
Right.
And then, I mean, it doesn't accept, you couldn't be like, hello, there we go. That's not going to yield the results that you're expecting.
Yeah,
but
of course.
if you write out the HTML, and then you convert that to Base64, and then you plug
is
that
so
into the
cool.
address bar, there you go.
All right, so now
So
that we've
there's
tested
some
this on
fun stuff.
multiple machines, I can say that it officially works. That's so freaky.
I'm excited because it means that you can bring dancing hamsters to friends that you dearly care about.
Oh, I love I used to own hamsters, and they are amazing pets. I will tell you that.
And or use browsers that automatically pop up on boxes to do beef hooks,
It's ridiculous.
which works even if you're vegan.
All right, so we
So-
announced the event. We have done our awesome segment. I talked about my giveaway on Tech Thing. What else do we got? Oh, we have a sticker.
We have stickers.
I
Bring
guess
it on.
I should bring in the sticker.
Yes.
So this is just a very small packet of stickers, but this is from one of our viewers, and he says, "Hello, Hak5 team. Here are some sweet stickers from Metapipe.com for your laptops and wall. Metapipe makes setting up cloud workstations running Linux super easy for everyone, especially artists. Enjoy, from Aaron."
Oh.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. You
Yeah.
rhyme with Darren.
This is pretty cool. So again, that was it helps with setting up cloud workstations running Linux servers. So that's
I have to give
really
that
useful,
a little
actually.
checky out, and I'll put it right there
Yay!
Under Snort and Hack Naked.
And then we got extras, one for me and one for you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. If you'd like to send stickers, you can find out the address to send that to over at hack5.org/address. That's kind of like a pointer so that if you're watching this in the future and we move, it'll always be consistent.
That's right.
Kind of like a subs to the H drive, which is
That's another thing for
another
another day.
topic for another day. Hey, listen.
Why do you have a keyboard on set?
So,
It's the Microsoft Apple keyboard.
right, I've actually been using, for my home office, I've been using this on the Surface just because I like the clicky-clacky of it.
Yeah.
And I thought I would get the same keyboard for the office. And so I just got to the office here today to record this here episode, and this came in from the online big box shop that I ordered it from, and I just wanted to unbox this here with you and show you something that I noticed immediately when I opened up out of the box.
Okay.
Brand new.
Why? What is that? Why is there a piece of tape on your keyboard?
Not just any, Shannon, is there any way that we could like,
What in the world?
the focus?
Oh, I will zoom in on
Yeah,
that.
you can totally see.
Somebody wrote on it.
Yeah, what is it?
Rate 540?
WRA178E540. That's a password.
That's somebody's, yeah. So, oh my God, so this was a return or something,
Yeah.
and they didn't check the bottom of it, and
Yeah.
somebody left their password
Somebody left their password.
literally on the bottom of the keyboard.
You don't put the password on the bottom of your keyboard. Everybody knows that. You put it,
Oh
you
my
put it
gosh.
inside the CD-ROM drive because who's using those anymore? No, I'm joking. Stop putting. At least it wasn't like a post-it note.
I mean, there's so much fail
I'm
here.
still gonna use it.
Fail number
Maybe I
one,
shouldn't.
somebody returned it somebody did this in the first place. Fail number 2, Microsoft didn't check it.
Yeah, well, it probably didn't go back to Microsoft. Probably went back to the online big box shop.
Refurbishment server place or whatever.
And then somebody looked at it and said, "Yep, doesn't look disgusting to me."
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's great though, because it really makes me wonder, like, how many other pieces of electronics have been like returned with surreptitious things, not just stickers on them. But that's a topic for another time. But we don't condone anything weird.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Hackshop.com to find all of our awesome Hak5 gear, including the new things that will be announcing on October 20th.
Exciting.
I'm just going to do this in every episode.
But you already have. It's not like we made it pink and purple or anything. It's not like you got your own Hak5 gear as an homage to your squirreliness. Anyway, that right there should have been a... Anyway, I'm Darren Kitchen.
I'm Darren. I'm Shannon Morris.
No, I'm going to be Snubs. I need a pink wig for the gear launch.
I'm Shannon Morris.
With that all said, I'm going to say trust your technolist. When you got a brilliant idea like bringing hamsters to the internet in a dancing fashion, you should do it the way that Shannon and I do, which is to head over to domain.com because they have a very serious domain discovery system which will help you find the best hamster-related URL for yourself. And when you go over there, use the coupon code HAK5. It's a special coupon code set up just for Hak5. That's why it is HAK5, which spells this very here show. Shannon and I use it all the time. They've got an easy checkout process that makes your site up and online in no time flat. And get this, the guys over at domain.com, they've been supporting Hak5 for years, and you can show them your support with a little tweet over at domain.com and say, hey, thanks for supporting the show all these years. And also don't forget, use that coupon code HAK5. It saves you 20% at checkout at domain.com. So when you think domain names, very seriously, think domain.com. I'm Trust Your Technolust. Seriously though, I'm like curious about this keyboard.
Sometimes words don't work for me.
I know, right? You know, there's a whole program at the NSA like intercepts devices in transit and then they embed electronics in there. So I'm like, I wonder if the NSA, like this was like their thing, like, oh yeah, Darren's got a new keyboard, make sure to plug a ducky into that.
You might want to check.
Duck it.